Magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Good day to all of us. Ako po si Deborah Garcia and welcome to another series of lessons where you will learn not just the theories and form of the language but also the function and the usage. But before you watch this video, please make sure that you've already watched the previous series with 18 lessons in it. I put the link of the first lesson in the description box below because in that series, I discussed all the major theories of the Filipino language from the very basic to the advanced level. So if we are ready, grab your pen and paper and let us learn all about conversational Filipino. And because some of you requested that I should discuss consumer-related topics, now I'm giving this to you. I know I discussed some of these terminologies in the previous series already. For now, we are going to focus on these terminologies, but maybe in the next lessons, we will discuss some more, okay? First one is store. Store is tindahan, but this one refers usually to the small stores or retail stores. But when we talk about department stores in the malls, then we say department stores, okay? Next, items or products that are being sold, we all call them paninda, okay? See, tindahan, it's a place where you put your paninda. The root word for this one is also tinda, which is to sell. And then the salesperson, we say tindero if he's a male, and then tindera for female. Manager or supervisor, we don't really translate this one in Filipino. We just say manager. When you ask for the manager, then you say, get me your manager or supervisor. Sold out, when we say sold out, we don't really use this term. We say ubos na. Ubos. Ubos is gone. And then na is already. So gone already. Ubos na. When we say there's a sale or there's a promotion, we keep it the same. So we don't translate this in Filipino. Next, cashier. We say cajera. If the cashier is a male, then we say cajero. But we don't really, cajero is not very popular in the Philippines. It means that most of the cashiers there are female. So we just say cajera. Return. Sauli. So when you say return this, I want to sauli this. Exchange is palitan. From the root word palit. Palit is the root word, and then we added a suffix there to mean we want to exchange it. So palitan. Refund is the same. When we ask for refund, we don't have a Tagalog terminology for a refund. We won't be able to use the terminologies or the vocabulary words that I showed to you earlier because for today's lesson, I would like to concentrate on how to greet customers first. So we won't be discussing about refund, exchange, or the other terminology. So for now, this is how you greet customers. Now, thing is, not all of these sentences are applicable in the Philippines, but these are all applicable when you are a non-Filipino, not in the Philippines, but somewhere else entertaining a Filipino customer. For example, I'm here in Canada. When I go to the stores and if I met a Canadian, for example, using these sentences to me, then I would be very happy as a Filipino. But if you are in the Philippines, like for example, if we use these sentences here in number 1, and I'm a Filipino and a Filipino sales lady, for example, came to me and approached me with these sentences, I would really not appreciate it. But because for Filipinos, when we go to stores, we want to look around first, and I don't know why, but we don't want sales ladies or a salesperson to come to us immediately and ask and greet us, because in the Philippines it's really sad. In the malls, for example, shoplifting is rampant. So if an ordinary person like me would go to the store and a sales lady or salesperson would immediately come to me and say, hi, good morning, what can I do for you? I would feel like that person is thinking that I'm gonna shoplift some items. So I don't know for rich people, but for ordinary people, we don't want to be approached by the salesperson immediately when we go inside the store. We want to look around first, and then when we want to ask questions or we need something, then we call for help, or we call the sales lady to assist us. But if we don't need assistance, we don't want to be approached. Here in Canada, it's different though. I'm a Filipino, I go to one of the stores, and if a person comes to me immediately and say, "Hi, can I help you with something?" I would appreciate that. These sentences here are very effective if you use this, if you're a salesperson and you use this to Filipino customers, they would be really happy to hear these sentences. I am going to read all the sentences first. These are all in conversational Filipino form, and then later I am going to translate it to English. Okay? So, number one, magandang umaga po. Kumusta? Ako po si Debra. Tawagin niyo po ako kapag may questions kayo, okay? Number two, hello po. Ako po si Debra. May napili or may nagustuhan na po ba kayo? 3. Salamat po. Balik po kayo. May sale po kami next week. Okay, for number 1, this is very common. I think there are a lot of people who know what is this. So, magandang umaga. Magandang umaga po, and then the po here is an expression of being polite. Magandang umaga. Maganda is beautiful. Umaga is morning. Beautiful morning or good morning. Good morning po. That's how we greet. If it's in the afternoon, we say good afternoon. No, good afternoon. Magandang hapon po. If it's gabi, it's evening. So, magandang gabi po. Kumusta? We always ask, kumusta? How are you? So, it's the same with the English expression. Whenever you see someone, you say, how are you? So, we say, kumusta? And then, by the way, you say this when you see the person like entered the store, for example. So, you approach them. You say, magandang umaga po, good morning, kumusta, kumusta po. And then, you introduce yourself. Ako po si Debra. And then, this one is long, so we'll have this word for word. So, tawagin niyo po ako kapag may questions kayo, okay? So, since the customer just arrived, you don't want to ask them already if they want to buy something or is there anything that they want to buy immediately. For Filipinos, as I said earlier, we want to look around first, okay? But we won't get offended here in other country if someone would immediately approach us the moment we enter the store. So, tawagin. From the word tawag means call. Nyo is you. You call me. You call me. So, tawagin niyo po ako, you call me, kapag if my is have, actually have or has questions. So, what is that? You call me if you have questions. Okay? So, it means, so in English we say, you call me if you have questions or if I can assist you with anything, okay? That's how we ask our customers when the moment they come to the store. We don't ask them if they want to buy. We just say, you call me. So that's why in the second sentence you introduce yourself and then you say, you call me if you need anything, okay? Or if you have questions. I wrote questions there just to deduct one word from the words here that you need to memorize. Actually, we say tanong. Questions is tanong in Filipino, but we can also use questions. People would understand what question is. Okay? So that's number 1. If you see the customer entering the store, then these are the sentences that you want to use. Now, for number 2, this one is when you already saw the customer coming to the store but then you are busy with something else, and then the customer went around already, checked the items, checked the things that they might want to buy, and then if you notice, like for example, they've been there for like few minutes already, and then you approach them. So you still introduce yourself. You say, hello po. By the way, hello is a very common greeting in the Philippines. We don't always greet with kumusta. We also say hello or hi. So we say hello po, but you add the po. Even if you use the English greeting and then you add the po, Filipinos would appreciate that because that is the expression of you being polite. So you say, hello po, ako po si Debra. May napili or nagustuhan na po ba kayo? Kayo is you, plural. But then, because we want to be polite, I mentioned this in the previous series, if you want to be polite, you always use the plural form of the pronoun you. So, kayo. You don't say you don't say ikaw or you don't say ka. No, we say kayo. This is plural. So, my again, and this one is mine. Have, right? Have or has. So, may napili. Pili is choose. Gusto is want. So, it means have, want, or like, or choose, chosen. Na po ba kayo? It's just like already, and then you. It's complicated, but it says, do you have the thing that you want already, or have you decided on the thing that you want to buy already? But this is the entire sentence. May napili na po ba kayo? You can use napili or nagustuhan. Napili again is you already chosen something. Nagustuhan is you already decided on what you want to buy. So gusto is want, pili is choose. Those are the root words. So may napili na po ba kayo or may nagustuhan na po ba kayo? So because the customer has been there for a few minutes already, then you approach them and you ask them, have you already decided on something to buy? And then, number 3, whether they buy or not, number 3, Filipinos would appreciate if you thank them. So you say, salamat po, thank you. Thank you is salamat. Salamat po, balik po kayo. Balik is return or come back. Balik is come back or return. Po again, and then kayo. So it means you come back. Come back, please. And then you're not telling them to come back because they're about to go. No, you say, please come back to the store one of these days. Balik po kayo. May sale or promo po kami next week. This one is, I think, easy to understand. May, again, is have or has. Sale or promo. I said earlier that we don't translate these in Filipino. So sale or promo. We have a sale or promotion. Kami as us. We or we. We have sale or promo when? Next week. So that's why the sales lady is asking the customer to come back because next week we are going to have a sale or a promotion. By the way, I forgot to mention that the word customer is the same in the Philippines. We just don't pronounce it as customer. We say customer, something like that. But the original translation for the word customer is mamimili, but we don't use that. We only use that in books. So for our lesson, we'll just refer the customer or the buyer as the customer or the shopper. Now it's time for us to check the things that you've learned for today's lesson. I am going to put some sentences here and you choose the correct response to the sentence above. So that's all for today. I hope you learned something. We will discuss more about this topic in the next lessons. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. And if you have some suggestions, lessons that you want me to discuss, Please write your comments below and I'll try my very best to accommodate your requests. See you again next time. Bye!